Good afternoon and welcome to today's virtual product review. My name is Lee McGuire and I am the Director of Marketing and Communications at the Monitoring Association. Thank you for joining us today. Before we begin, I'd like to confirm that our audio is working and introduce you to some of our attendee features of our webinar. May I ask if someone can raise their hand to show that they can hear what we're saying? Okay, thank you, Charlie. Located on the right side of your screen, you'll find some features in your control panel. You will be able to type questions anytime during the presentation by clicking the questions. However, to keep things moving, we will raise the questions at the end of the presentation. We are recording this presentation and you will receive a link to the recorded presentation in a few days. Today's presentation is from Dice Corporation. Video surveillance has changed dramatically in the last 10 to 15 years, unleashing a burst of new monitoring opportunities for dealer alarm centers, alarm installers, and guard companies. With organizations now investing in advanced IP cameras and mobile technology, today's video surveillance relies on much more than just human monitoring. Business owners and managers are seeking alarm monitoring services that deliver sophisticated user experience and performance, which has led Dice Corporation to develop new tools that make an impact. In this presentation, you will learn about Dice's exclusive Matrix video monitoring technology, why browser-based software reduces cost and increases operator productivity, how integrating Dice's CRM communications gateway and Cloud Eye cloud video recording offers additional features and much more. And now I'd like to welcome Cliff Dice, President and Founder of Dice Corporation, and Jerry Corden, Chief Software Architect. Cliff is
Hello,
the
everyone.
CEO. Sorry, Cliff.
Go ahead.
Cliff is the CEO and founder of Dice Corporation, one of the leading producers of technology and services for the alarm security industry. Under Dice's leadership, Dice Corporation has helped shape security technology for over 30 years with innovative solutions like the Matrix line of monitoring sales and service software. Cliff was also at the forefront of cloud technology in the security industry with the introduction of cloud hosting and Cloud Eye cloud video recording solutions. Now let's begin. Cliff, go ahead.
Okay, welcome everyone, and thanks for joining and taking a look at our product today. So I'm going to review a little bit of the features of Matrix monitoring in the video platform. Jerry, if you pull up the screen, we'll take a look. Everything's in a browser, so all of our products, there's over 70 products of the software suite. Today, you're going to be looking at Matrix monitoring in the video platform and a little bit of the cloud recording. So in this view, this is a view of what an operator would look at when they're not on an alarm. It's what we call our traffic menu. Now, this is completely configurable. Jerry, if you just kind of show them the setup and just kind of click into it. When a Dice customer gets this, obviously our project managers in that review what you're going to be looking at, what you call things, and you can change hotkeys and things so that everything I'm showing you is fully customizable by user. So you can jump out of that, Jerry. So anyways, what we have up here today is you have in process. It shows which operators are in monitoring on test accounts, and then in the center you can color code your alarm priorities and your events. We call it events. Now an event to us is not just an alarm. It could be a video analytics trip. It could be an inbound email, an inbound SMS. This software has a full PBX built in, so any inbound call would create an event as well. A call is recorded into an MP3, dropped into the event history, along with any video you handle. Jerry, if you would click on one of those, and then we'll talk about it. I have this configured today so that you see an event management screen, and then we also have a CRM screen that we've landed other things on. Typically, we use the CRM screen for things like video landing or other exploding of data like history and things like that. So on this main screen, you see the upper left-hand box. I have it configured to show the site address and any other information I want about the site. That's all configurable as well. The box below it shows it was a fire alarm, and it came in as looks like a 3x1 alarm. And then in the center, you've got your various tabs of what you can pop notes, history, maps. You can do GPS alarms. Your upper left-hand corner is two-way, which is where we handle audio. Any inbound phone call, why I got this on my screen. So if I'm handling a particular site and the site calls in, it'll drive the phone call to the same operator because again, voice and audio is all built in. Click on auto dialing there so they can see how a script actually functions. If I'm going to call somebody and click on somebody there, the procedures and the workflow comes up. It's all built in so that the operator just reads. If you can click through one of those, and then well, maybe you can't. Anyways, you can bring in the CRM. What's that?
I said I clicked through the script.
Oh, you did? Okay, I'm not seeing it, so it must not be updating my screen. Bring in the CRM screen. For some reason, I'm not seeing it.
All right, we have the CRM screen.
Yeah, so on the CRM screen, you can see that each zone or each event, you can strap cameras to it. Now, in this case, he strapped 6 cameras. You can click on one of those, enlarge it, maybe the generator. It's actually a picture of our building. You can kind of see that the camera feeds are coming in. If there's alarm clips, like pre and post processing when the event came in, it would go ahead and it would have those as well. So you can look at the clips. You can also look at live streams. And so this on this CRM screen, you can strap anything you want to, and you can strap it across multiple sites. So if I had an event where I had multiple sites, I could bring up any camera from any site that I want to. We're not dedicated to just one site. You're pretty flexible. Like if you had an alarm and you wanted to generate, let's say, a guard tour, and I wanted to look at all the cash registers in 20 stores, 20 stores cash registers that come up in one tour, and I can click through them and look at them or do whatever I want. Our analytics too has human and object identification in it, which we can get into. Real quick, Jerry, maybe show them the SMS app, and then we can go into kind of show them a recording because we don't have a whole lot of time. But this app is a patented app by us. We own the patent for sending out a link to cancel an alarm. And in the case of, we believe that sending out an SMS link and you clicking on it and you getting it on your phone looking like an app and including the camera to cancel an alarm or authorize it is the best way to do it. That way I don't have to have any customers install anything on their phone, and I get to treat it just like an app. So in this case, you can see down below, go ahead and say we want to cancel that alarm. We're looking at it. Maybe we know who the party is in the video, and it'll come up and ask for a passcode. And you can also send notifications this way. We have all sorts of links for this. We can send billing information or service authorization to be on site. But the neatest thing is the video. Okay, so my screen isn't completely updated, so it's kind of hard for me to, because I'm not at the same site Jerry is. Jerry, if you want to go into the CVR and maybe show them like a timeline, this will give you an idea. Our video capability is we can connect to any camera manufactured by any manufacturer, any DVR, any NVR. We are pretty much agnostic to anybody's interfaces with the way we've done it. So we take a video stream from pretty much anybody, and they all look the same. So like in this case, this is one of our parking lots, and you can see that Jerry has pulled it up for a 24-hour period. So if we are collecting these streams, we can record, which allows you to do long-term storage. So we've got a lot of people that say, geez, I got a DVR on site. I want to store 7 years of history, of a video history, because people come back 2 or 3 years later and they sue us. They say they fell. So we can store low res long term, or we could store even high res long term. But like in this case, let's go look at see when that silver car left there. You can see at 1:49 p.m. in the left-hand corner yesterday, and then it wasn't there. So he clicked through, and you can see the car left between 2:29 in the center top, and then it's gone at 3:09. So click again. We'll just keep drilling down. This is just a quick way to, okay, you can see now the car left between 2:29 upper left-hand corner and in the center at 2:39 it's gone. Let's click and pull that clip and let's look at it. So what we basically did there in a few seconds is search a 24-hour period of a particular camera. Now just kind of pull through it. Let's see who took that car. Maybe they hit somebody. There they come. So take it back, maybe enlarge it so they can see it, so they see how capable it is. Maybe enlarge that particular frame. Now, any of these clips that come to monitoring, they can be emailed. You can provide temporary links. Some police departments that are doing video authorization are wanting a link sent to them to prove what video you dispatched on. I think that's going to be part of the ordinances going forward. We have that already built in. Anybody we dispatch on, we can send a temporary link. They can look at the video clips or live video for whatever time frame you want to make that that URL available. Did you make that large, Jerry, so you could play it?
Yeah, it's full screen. The card's backing out. You're not updating.
Yeah, I can't see it. So basically, you can kind of see how fast we went through 24-hour period of video and pulled that information. Many of the things you're seeing, we've listed patents for. We have patent attorneys on staff that do nothing but list our stuff, and we think a lot of this, what we're showing you today, including the SMS that we already got a patent on, that we are going to protect our customers going forward with this technology, so other people just can't copy it and do the same thing. So we are doing that as well. That's pretty much a video recording. Maybe go to the timeline. If you could switch to a live view there on the CVR so they could see, which you saw in monitoring, the live feeds come into that monitoring alarm. You click on the live feeds, we'll just kind of show them how they can group cameras. I can't see it, but if you could show them like parking lot versus, other type of cameras, that would be great.
Yeah, well, I clicked on the map and I drilled down into our building where you can then see all the camera feeds for everything and where the thumbnails and what the views are supposed to be.
Right. Yeah, you have this capability in monitoring too. You can bring up a map or a blueprint and drill right into the building as well. So, and click on the cameras. Yep. The way we do this, just so you know, the way the technology works is we have a little box. It's called a gateway. You drop it into the site. It bonjours all the cameras, DVR, NVRs. It starts streaming, or depending upon how you have it configured, it will connect to the streams. And then you can either record in the cloud full time, 24 hours a day, for as long as you want. And we have no limit on how long you want to store. If you want to store 7 years of video, you can. If you want 4K streams in the cloud, as long as you have the bandwidth, you can. Now, the other neat thing that we do for you, because we are a North American carrier, we are starting to sell ISP connections. So alarm companies are reselling internet connections through us. It allows you to make 30 to 40% off the internet connection. And then you can decide whether you want that bandwidth on the internet or as a layer 2 network connection, meaning that it's not on the internet, but the camera feeds are coming into the cloud center recording. Your automation system can connect to the cameras. Nobody can hack it because it's not on the internet. And the cameras record into our cloud center and make it available like we're showing here. So that's pretty much a high-level overview of the monitoring system, the SMS system that has video. and the recording service along with some of the services we offer as a North American carrier. So if there's any questions from anyone, be happy to answer anything for you. That's pretty much it.
Thank you so much, Cliff and Jerry. We appreciate your presentation. We have one question. What does CRM screen stand for?
CRM is a customer management, customer relationship management screen. And what that screen is for, you can run with one screen, but then you have to click on the tabs. Like I want history, I want video, I want notes, and the tabs can be in order, like at the top there, like he's showing. If you have a CRM screen, which is a customer relationship management screen, you can explode those things on that screen, and then you don't have to open them up. Some alarm centers want, when an event comes in, they want their operators to be able to cross their hands, not have to touch the keyboard. Everything explodes in front of them in the browser, and then they just read the screen. They don't have to do anything, right? And so it makes it easy on the operator. Also remember that this is a browser app. It can run on an iPad. It can run on an iPhone or any type of phone. It's fully scalable. So a lot of alarm centers today are universities that, have a security guard. They're watching their security department. They take it into the car. They're running the monitoring center in the car. Or it's a guard company at a homeowners association. You can literally allow all these external people to log into your monitoring environment and monitor. And those CRM screens can be used for things like video. So.
Okay, our next question is, what level of resolution can I expect with this technology?
Any resolution you want. We have some customers doing 4K video. So, in the past, alarm companies would typically use 480 all the way up to 1080p, and then they would adjust the frames per second. With us, as long as you have the bandwidth, we don't really care. And of course, we can provide the bandwidth, and you can resell it and make 30 to 40% off the bandwidth. So you can provide as much as you want. But if you had 4K or even above, it doesn't really matter. We're just shuttling packets into the cloud center, recording them, and connecting you to those cameras, and basically shuttling those packets to the monitoring screen. So.
Okay, thank you. Our next question, can I control camera movement, for example, pan, tilt, and zoom?
Yes, but we write interfaces for that. So we have a number of interfaces to some technologies that do that. We also have interfaces to analytics, like, for instance, an access camera. If you configure in an access camera an analytics zone or anything else, it will automatically build inside of the DICE system the zones for that analytics. Same with pan, tilt, and zoom capabilities, but we have to build that, and we have a number of those. But unfortunately, the way I see things going in the future, I see a movement away from that. New cameras can have multiple feeds. So you'll take, like, the new thing is a 360 camera. And then you just break up the camera into multiple feeds. That way you don't have to pan, tilt, and zoom. So with us, we look at it and go, why put in pan, tilt, and zoom? I mean, obviously the old ones you'd want to use that way, but new ones, you'll want to break that lens up into multiple feeds. That way you don't have to do that anymore.
Okay. And does Matrix, is it capable of two-way voice communication?
Yes, that upper right-hand box is a full two-way voice capable system. A lot of our customers will actually have the voice connected from the camera, or they'll put a voice gateway in, and then we can even control zones. And that comes into us and gets recorded as an MP3 the same way phone calls do. And you can even interconnect the voice coming from the site with the person you have on the phone, because to us it's the same thing. We are a PBX and a voice activated system. So it doesn't matter to us whether it's voice from the camera, voice from the site, or a phone call.
Okay, and we have one last question for you, Cliff. What is the bandwidth consumption for this product?
It really depends on how you configure the cameras. If you got a 4K camera, well, let me educate you. If you got a 4K camera, it depends on even the manufacturer. So you could have one manufacturer be 200-300K per second, another one be even more, another one be less. It really depends on the manufacturer, how much you configured in frames per second, and how much you configured the resolution. So from a bandwidth standpoint, though, you can get really low, especially for alarm verification. You can get down to where, like I have in my building, I have 30 cameras on just a 1 meg up connection, but I've got them running all at 1080p, and I've got my frame rates down. So it depends on how you configure the cameras, no doubt.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. And if any of you have any additional questions, please indicate your interest in a follow-up evaluation. And if you are listening to this review as a recording, please visit Dice Corporation online at www.dicecorp.com. Just a reminder, please don't forget to complete the very short survey that you'll receive following the webinar, as your feedback is very important to us. And DICE has also provided a handout for you that you may download that gives you additional information on Matrix. And this concludes the review today. Thank you all so much, and happy holidays.